Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. For today I have brought you a very quick 3 fall apple desserts within about 10 minutes. It's just a hair over 10 minutes, but that's just with like the intro and the outro, that's what you get. But anyways, the kids and I went apple picking recently with a friend and we have a boatload of apples. So what better way obviously than to put them to good use, get some fall baking done, make some desserts for our family. The first one I'm going to get started with is, it's kind of a mixture between an apple pie and an apple crumble. It is like a favorite. This pie was gone this night. The day I made it, the whole pie was gone. I did have my family over for supper. So this is what we had for dessert with some vanilla ice cream on the side. Oh my word, it was so good. So it's all gone and my husband asked me last night if I can make another one soon. This is our favorite fall dessert recipe. So yes, I will have all of these videos linked down below. This recipe, like I said, is one that I cherish. So be grateful that I am sharing it. It's just from Pinterest, but it is just, I've been making this one for years. So of course, like I said, I'll have everything linked below so you can actually go ahead, see what you need, have exact measurements down below. But this one, I am going to shave a few minutes here when I can and just use a frozen pie crust. You guys are more than welcome, of course, to make your own pie crust for the bottom. Your girl here is not doing that. So after you get your apple slices mixed up and seasoned with your sugar and your spices, you are going to, yes, put a dollop of butter on the top. Cover it very lightly with tin foil and we're going to bake that for 10 minutes as is. Trust the process, I know. And as that is in the oven for 10 minutes, kind of getting a head start on cooking, we are going to make the crumble topping. Oh, I just heard my oven beep. It's, you guys, we're in Canada, we're approaching Thanksgiving. It's coming up this weekend. I am in full force, ready to gobble like a ton of turkey. So, I guess my body just knows it's that time of year. So I actually have a small frozen butterball turkey that I'm making tonight just for my family. I'm going to do it all. Turkey, potatoes, corn, stuffing, turnip. This time of year, I love it. Anyways, so I was just, sorry, I got distracted. I heard the oven beeping because I just put the turkey in. So back to the story here. So I'm just going to get my crumble mixture all kind of mashed together. This is what it should look like. It always looks a little dry, but honestly it works out perfect. I did spray it with a tiny touch of that, I know this is very controversial, not everybody likes this, but that spray kind of, it's not Basil, but that spray margarine, I don't know, I think that stuff is so stinking good. But I did spray this mixture here a little bit afterwards before I put it in the oven, just because it always looks dry. It looks like it won't cook properly, but it does. So then we're going to reduce the temperature that we first had going and then pop the pie in the oven for another 30. I may have added 5 more minutes after. And then here is what it looks like cooked. You guys, I'm a terrible YouTuber. I completely meant to take an after shot with the pie and the ice cream, but my whole family was over and they just wanted dessert immediately and the pie was gone before I could get a picture. Sorry. But anyways, that one was delicious. So I'm going to probably make another one later, maybe even today after I get the girls from school. The next recipe, this one is super easy. This took no time at all to put together. We are going to make apple cinnamon rolls. So you could, of course, use canned filling if that's what you prefer. I do not like canned apple filling. It's just too fake for me, but whatever you like, all the power to you. And to keep it simple, we are just going to use some Pillsbury, I was going to say croissant rolls, but this one is just the pizza dough. I thought I'll try this so I don't have to pinch all the seams together, and this worked perfect. All of these apple cinnamon rolls were gone as well. People were just visiting in and out. My uncle was in visiting from Nova Scotia, so he had come over for a little while with my mom, and everybody was just munching on these. I cut this into 9 rolls. I didn't do a typical 12. This is a very small pie crust, so 9 rolls was perfect. So of course we're going to do a sugar cinnamon sprinkled on the bottom of your rolled out pizza crust or a croissant, or like I said, make your own dough. Totally fine. I'm just cutting a corner here when I can. I am like a busy mom of 2. And then I'm going to put the apples in there that I did cook up with some cinnamon and sugar. Now this recipe actually only called for 1 apple to be diced up for the roll. I did 2, and I really could have done probably 3 or 4. Yes, hi Marvin. Marvin's here beside me crying. So like I said, the recipe calls for 1. I wouldn't do 1 unless you don't like a lot of apple, but you'll take a peek here and you'll see it's not heavy on the apples at all. I guess it was probably a good amount, but I would have done probably 1 more. And that's what they look like. Nice and easy. And then we're going to pop those in the oven. They did not take long at all. And while they're cooking, I am going to whip up a little icing mixture. It's going to consist of just icing sugar, maple syrup, and like a splash of milk. And I will get those coated. They cooked like perfect. I cooked them a lot less than what the time said for. I can't remember exactly, but just please keep an eye on your oven. Don't come at me if you ended up burning your rolls. I did not create the recipe. I am just the vessel that is passing on this recipe message to you, basically. So look how good this looks. Look at this nice little professional shot that I have created for you guys. How lovely. Yes, hi Marvin. Marvin's over here swatting his paws at me. But here they are. All 9 of these were gone within just, I don't know, 2 or 3 days maybe, but they were good. Nice and easy. Here I am doing the taste test, and yeah, they were good. They were pretty enjoyable. And for the last recipe, you guys, apple recipes, I know that they are like, there's millions of them, but they're all very similar. They obviously have the same sort of ingredients. So I only wanted to make 3 for you guys in this video. I was trying to find a recipe that was actually like maybe more dinner based, not just desserts, but I couldn't find anything that I would like well enough. I didn't want to do any applesauce, nothing, kind of boring like that. Applesauce is good, but I'm not making a video of me making applesauce. So this last recipe, this is going to be apple fritter bread. Now this recipe, I think it possibly turned out to be our least favorite of the 3, and I don't know why, because it has all the good stuff in it. This one was it's not complicated, it's very easy, but it did have a few more steps than the other ones. So you're going to do a brown sugar cinnamon mixture, set that to the side. You're going to do a flour and baking powder mixture and set that to the side. And the bread we're going to end up kind of layering. Obviously, I will show you here in a minute. Here I am. Don't ask me why I decided to use this tiny cereal bowl for mixing. I don't know where my brain was. My other mixing bowls were in the sink because I was thawing out some chicken. I'm going to have a crock pot video coming for you guys soon. So I was also filming a crock pot video as well this day. So my mixing bowls were busy elsewhere. Here I am struggling to crack an egg. This was actually a duck egg, you guys. I buy my eggs from my brother and his wife, and they had traded, I believe, for some duck eggs, and then she wasn't going to bake with them, so she just put them in my basket of eggs that I bought from her, which was totally fine. They don't look any different. They don't taste any different. They just have to be cooked well, or I guess it can make your tummy upset. So I said, oh, fine, I'll take them and I'll put them in baking and nobody will ever know. So then you're going to get all your sugar butter mixture and you're going to mix that up with the flour and baking powder. Let me just silence my phone. That is my sister. Hello, Doris. And then your dough will be kind of a little bit dry, but you're going to add in 1/2 cup of room temperature milk. Now I had actually planned on making this a couple days before, so I had everything sitting out a couple days before, and then I ran out of time. So I put the butter back in the fridge and the milk back in the fridge, and then come this day last minute, I thought, oh, okay, I have time to make this. So then I had to kind of microwave everything to get it to room temperature, which is, I don't think ideal in the baking world, but who cares? Nobody's going to know. So then you're going to put half of your bread mixture in the bottom. Then you're going to sprinkle half of your apple mixture and then half of your brown sugar cinnamon mixture. And then you're just going to repeat the process and swirl it all together. Now, apparently my swirling technique is not ideal because there was no swirling pattern noted at all when the bread was cut after. It looks like I did a good job, but I apparently did not. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it's all going to taste the same. So we are just going to get that in the oven. I don't remember what temperature, 350 or so. I'll have it linked below. What does it say? It doesn't say, 350 maybe. But here it is when it is cooked. Nice and easy. Nothing here in this video was complicated. And again, I just made a little homemade icing mixture. It's just icing, sugar, maple syrup, and I did cream this time, just like a teaspoon or tablespoon of cream. And this is what it looked like. Like I said, this one wasn't quite our favorite. I don't know what I would do different, but I mean, it's still apple fritter bread and was good. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Nice and quick. And thanks for stopping in. Happy fall baking, guys.